Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Today we are here in Lu Mountain Temple to celebrate Amitabha Buddha's birthday. And I'm glad that you all can make it here. It has been a while. This is where I got my start. Long time ago, it seems like. And today I came back here with mixed feelings. First of all, typically in my master's Dharma, Chinese Dharma, they, during a Chanchi, a year-end Chanchi like we are having right now, we basically shut the temple down and only concentrate on doing Chan. But very early on, I realized that a lot of you still needed our help, meaning that not all of you can have the time or the interest in doing Chan, and therefore we cannot simply ignore you. So that's why we're very fortunate in the sense that when we first started here in Lu Mountain Temple during a Chanchi, we basically shut down, right? Is that how you remember it? Oh, do we need to stop and wait for your translation, or is it simulcast? Oh wow, technology has changed so much. Remember how I had to say in English and translate into Vietnamese, and then in Chinese would take some more time. If there's Korean back then, no Korean back then, that would take even more time. So now it's simul translation. Huh? It's so cool. And so we would shut down back then, but as more of you came to the temple, I'm recognizing so many old faces as well as some new faces. It's so nice to see you all again here at Lu Mountain Temple. I feel that we're all so blessed. We're also blessed to be able to practice this wonderful, what I call American Mahayana Dharma together, because it is the Buddha's intention to teach us how to take care of ourselves and to end all our suffering, attain bliss. And we have so many Dharma doors, and we started by calling this mountain Lu Mountain Temple because that's ultimately my personal goal, is to help all of you go to the Pure Land. To me, that's the most important thing in life. All this fame and profit, all the things you achieve this lifetime, when it's time for you to go, you have to drop them and leave everything behind. Whereas if you ever go, if you could make it to the Pure Land, you'll be there, and one lifetime you'll become a Buddha, and you'll be taught and taken care of by Amitabha Buddha himself. So that's why I'm really hope that you too will also resolve to do everything possible to go to the Pure Land at the end of this life. Not simply go to the Pure Land alone. We'll try to go there with the highest grade possible. That's what the Pure Land Dharma door is about. And that's why we call this Lu Mountain Temple. And when we first started back then, it was my mother's temple, my late mother's temple. And she simply called me over because she knew that I needed a way place to teach. So I would come here on the weekend and teach a Dharma. And it was so, it got to the point it was so crowded that we couldn't even I couldn't even talk to people. There's no space left at Lu Mountain Temple to talk to people at all. And I remember early days, it was their temples, my mother's temples and her followers' temples. So during the break, like after this, I would go to my car and drive it about a few blocks away and meditate it. Very dedicated cultivator. And thank you. I don't think we have time for this. And gradually, the temple filled up with people who are like you, who are interested in cultivating both Chan and Pure Land, and that's how we got to the point where we're very comfortable together, so comfortable. But I noticed that many of you got so much out of the Dharma that you wanted to share with more and more people. So we started looking for the temple. And some people even came to me after we found Way Mountain Temple. They told me that it feels so comfortable at Lu Mountain Temple. Way Mountain Temple will never be able to replace Lu Mountain Temple. I feel that way too. And so we're very blessed in that we have both. We can practice Pure Land here, and we practice Chan over there. Okay, and we can do it parallel. Or in time, hopefully in the future, when we have more people who wanted to practice more like full-time, whether it's lay people or left-home people, maybe you can do it both. And the nice thing about this is it's so close that it's about 5 minutes drive from each other, walking distance as well. Look at that, another old face who just came. And so we should count our blessings. And the spirit is, we're not doing this for ourselves alone. We're doing this ultimately is to help the people we care for, and we really care for. And furthermore, in a bigger picture, we also want to repay our gratitude, the kindness, repay the kindness, express our gratitude, and repay the kindness to our teachers and the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas. I remember Master YongHua suffered so much himself. He used to heal every single one that came near him, okay, just like that. He hits them, or punches them, kick them, or maybe scold them, and they would be healed. And in doing so, he took on the illness. There's a law of cause and effect. When someone gets healed, it's because someone else must get sick on his or her behalf. So Master YongHua used to do that. He used to heal people and took on their illnesses himself. So by the time he was in his 70s, his body was so sick, so broken that he died very young. So he taught us, my generation, set an example of selflessness that we try to aspire to, and also give us this ideal of trying to help others and forsake ourselves, okay, for the bigger picture. That's what it takes. If you really want to help others, you have to make sacrifices, okay? And I know that this is what we are all about. Yes, we cannot be totally selfless like Master YongHua, but if we have a chance, we'd like to be able to help others more than we help ourselves. That's the ideal we're after. And I see all these old faces. Would you like to reminisce or something? Say something pleasant, or so that we all cry together and get mushy. Just because you cultivate doesn't mean that we cannot be we don't have emotions. Yes, red.
Thank you, Master. It's so nice to be back on the hardwood floors of Blue Mountain Temple. I forgot how much I miss how hard the floors are here. I wanted to share that as soon as the ceremony ended and we sat down on the floor, the first thing my wife Jeannie said to me is, "That's where we met. Right there, right there." And she was pointing to the floor here in the Buddha Hall where we met. So thank you so much, Master.
Yeah, thank you for sharing with us. Very nice, very nice. Yes. Okay. Okay, Jeannie, now you really have to be nice to him. Just for today.
Master, actually he didn't want to come, so, but and I knew that he won't want to come. He's going to make an excuse, I have to do laundry. So I did laundry for him, so that way he could come to listen to your lecture.
All right. At least one of you has more wisdom than the other. Only need one. Yes, Green.
Master, it's really amazing to be back here. I think back on all those weird, difficult times. I think back when I first came here, and I didn't know. I only knew one person who has since left and has passed away, and I did not speak Chinese, and I didn't speak Vietnamese, and I didn't speak whatever else, but I just hung in there. And when I think back about some of the really chaotic and turmoil that we had gone through, but some of us weirdos stuck it out with you, and how far your Dharma has come is really phenomenal. And grateful that you stuck it out. Really grateful. Thank you so much.
Amen. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, we went through a lot of rough waters together, and it lasted like 2-3 years. It was very, very tough, and I'm really grateful that you all hung in there. And what made you hang in there in the first place? I never asked you. Yeah, why?
Master, what I found amazing is, just to put in a nutshell for most of you who were not there.
Because to be honest with you, I was hoping you would quit so that I could go to the mountain. That was my master plan. I said, I will wait until the last person quits, and that's it. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I think there were less than 10 of us, actually, by the time everything hit the fan, and then the temple was so full with so many people. And I remember right at the crux of it all, as you know, I don't speak either, the Chinese or the Vietnamese, and I turned around and I looked at all these people, and so many people were crying. And I realized they're in a lot of turmoil. They're going through crisis, and I don't even know what it's about, really.
Yes. It was painful.
It was very painful for them. Yeah. And I talked to my husband. I said, there seems to be some kind of issue going on. It seems to be a personal family issue. And all these people are affected by it. However, I really like what he's telling me during the Dharma talk, that he's speaking in English. And he still has something to offer me. I still want to go, even though all those other people are afflicted. I still want to go because I'm still learning something. And my husband said, so go. And so I kept showing up. So thank you, Master. Through it all, your Dharma was still there. So thank you.
Yeah, thinking back now, I remember it was tough during a day. For Xian Shun and Xian Jie, even some part of the time, he was still a lay person. We struggled a lot, and he decided still to shave his head. And even the old monk, Master Xianchu, joined us as well later. So people stuck it out. And I remember, especially during the day, it was very tough. It's like to say that to live in hell is an understatement. It was very, very tough for us. And that's why I was really, I thought that people would quit because it's inhuman conditions. And somehow people, these tough people, the Xian and the Amy Tsung and Roberta and you and Kan, and you kept coming. Hong too. She kept coming on the weekend. Maybe because he had nothing else to do. But amazingly, you hung in there, and for some reason, I was hurting during the day, but when it's time to speak the Dharma, we could put all of that behind and just focus on the Dharma that we got together to practice together. And but at night, let me tell you, at night it really hurt. And that's when at night I got back to my room and crossed my legs, and then the reality sunk in. I said, oh my God, this is so bad. But we made it through another day, amazingly. And the next weekend, you all came again, like several of you, that's it. And I said, please God, make them go away. That's all I was hoping for. Okay. If you abandon me, then I could abandon this place, return into the nature. But somehow we made it through. And one of the reasons we made it through is because the Buddha relics came. As soon as the Buddha relics came, our people, somehow renewed their faith. Basically found out that the Buddha believed in us, and therefore there must be some redeeming qualities here worth saving. And we took off from there gradually. That's how it is. And now we're so busy, and we are stepping on the next phase where now we have a chance to really begin to propagate the Pure Land Buddhism Dharma here more aggressively. So that's with the advent of so Wei Mountain Temple is Chan Temple, that's our base, and then now is Dharma Treasury Temple in San Francisco, which is the base for our Pure Land Dharma Dharma door. Okay, so that's the next step for us, and I want to say for today, on the Amitabha Buddha's birthday, I want to thank you all for your support and your hard work, in particular for me personally, your loyalty. We may have different beliefs, we have different opinions, we may not be, normal, but somehow through it all, we are united by the Dharma, because the Dharma is such a wonderful thing, and that's what we should continue. I hope we can continue to share this wonderful Dharma from Master YongHua, from the 6-page chart, from Amitabha Buddha, from Medicine Master Buddha, and so forth, with more and more people. That's all. There's a lot of, very early on, we invested in online presence, making sure the Dharma is available online. And out of the blue, Peter came and he said, you should do YouTube. I said, YouTube? What's that? It's too American. I'm Chinese. But it's amazing how things fall into places gradually. you know. So that I'm very grateful for the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas for guiding us or encouraging us, and most importantly, all of you for your loyalty. For me personally, that's very important. I'm grateful for that. And also now we are expanding our Korea. Hopefully in the future, I'm willing to get a bigger temple, or so that more Koreans can also benefit from our China Pure Land Dharma or American Mahayana in general as well. Okay, thank you all for coming again on this wonderful, wonderful Dharma assembly. And that's march on and continue what we've been doing. Thank you. Okay, let's take a 5-minute break. Is that okay? Go have some tea, use the wash room, and then come back and do the lunch offering and the transference for rebirth. I mean, no, not for lengthening life. Okay, all right.